It's okay. What's going on, everybody? Once again, we live back in the man cave Sunday evening, back like we never left. Before we get started, got a good show today, man. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to the All-State PG, to the All-Star head coach. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, fellas, how y'all doing?
Oh man, you blessed and highly favored, man. That's what they say. You blessed and highly favored. That's what we is, man. We ain't gonna complain or say nothing negative about nothing, man. At least not yet, anyway, I guess. So got a good show today. Got a good show. So without further ado, want to go ahead and jump right in. I don't know if you got anything in the Tuma's take or not.
Yeah, I do got something that I didn't get to go over last time after I made the post about who are you coaching? And a lot of different great point of views on it, but it wouldn't be right if I can't get the views from my two partners in crime. Are you coaching the kids? Are you coaching the parents? Are you coaching both? And the reason I asked that situation because a lot of times now it seems like if the parent's not happy, they're moving the kids around. More so than the kid not being as happy. And how can you coach both? Coach Billy D?
Bro, you can't coach both. I won't say you can't coach both. I will not coach both. My job is to coach the players. My job with parents is to communicate and make sure that I give them all the resources and information possible in order for us to make, the best decision for their kids. As far as coaching, that I guess that could be considered coaching in some people's eyes, but I mean, you dare to coach the kids, period. As far as parents go, you got to be able to separate the two. They should trust you to coach their kids to the best of their abilities. I'm the type of coach to always keep an open communication, but when it comes to like playing time and things of that nature, usually I shut that conversation down. I'm the type of coach where trust and playing time is earned in practice and how much work that you're putting in off the court. Because whatever work that you're putting in when everybody's not in the stands, it should show up when you're playing. And then when you're out there, you have an opportunity, make it tough for me to take you out the game. You know what I'm saying? And that's where that trust and that skill, it shows up in practice and it should transfer over to the game. Like I say, as a coach, you got to have an open communication with them, give them the resources that they need. But you can't coach both. I don't think you can coach both.
I agree that you can't coach both. And the coaches that are able to separate the two are usually the ones that we see that kind of have more success. I mean, I know we get killed all the time about talking about, Coach McGriff, but Coach McGriff immediately comes to mind of doing a great job of coaching the kids. He has a structure in place. It's understood by the parents, and it's not a lot of pushback. I think sometimes parents push back when they feel like they have, I don't want to say so, have input, have some ownership, and that becomes a fine line of how much ownership are you going to give the parents, and where do you draw the line at? And I just think that sometimes when parents feel like they have more say so, for lack of a better way of putting it, then it becomes troublesome for the coach. And so to answer your question, I think that you, like Coach said, you can't coach both, but in some cases you got to kind of have a happy medium in today's society, because it's like, I've talked to a couple coaches, and it's like, which I won't, say names, but it's like back in the day, if Billy D had his kids at Lake Wells, I had my kid at Jenkins, you had your kids at Kathleen, you had your kids pretty much. However they got to you, once they got to you, that was there. Nowadays, you gotta continue to like recruit your kid, your own kids in the off season. Like a kid that's with you is very likely it may not be with you. And the recruiting does not just extend to the kid, it extends to the parents as well. So I just think in today's society, it's not as easy, but the ones that are able to do it are the ones that usually are more successful. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense.
Oh.
And another reason I asked that question because like I come from a single family home where my grandmother raised me, and she basically told Scott Williams, "You take care of my son." You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't which is different these days because you got more supportive parents. But in our time of growing up, they put you in the hands and they trusted whoever hands you was in, and it was no back and forth about things. And then if you came home complaining about it, it was like, well, what did you do? To now, you come home complaining about playing time. A guy hasn't seen you practicing, hasn't seen you putting the time in the gym for as a parent. Their first thing is you're not getting treated right. So it's time to move on somewhere. Like it's going to be a better situation. But like Billy D said, how many of these kids are actually putting the time into the gym on their own time to get better? Not just working out with the team, but who's putting in their own time on a Saturday morning, on a Friday night before the football game, giving themselves an hour and a half to do those type of things to get better before they actually start playing. Just don't see that happening. It's just a bunch of excuses.
Well, you just hit it on the head. I mean, the old school and the new school, I say that all the time. It's this new school type of, I don't want to say parent, but it's new school type of way of doing things. Back in the day, like you said, they came and got you, they drop you off, and whatever happened in between that, it was between you and the coach and you and the team. It wasn't no back and forth. It wasn't no, like you said, the first thing that was asked was what you doing, not what they doing. I think that's kind of the biggest thing, and I think that extends not just to the not just on the court, but that extends in the classroom, that extends in the hallways. Kid get in trouble, and the first thing nowadays, not every parent, but a lot of parents, they come in there saying what you have done to my child, as opposed to checking their child and having to, you take the ownership, right away from them from the jump. So it's a very touchy new phase of parental guidance and support, I guess.
And are you even allowed as a coach nowadays to punish the kid? Because now punishing the kid, suspending the kid out of a game or out of a show calls for moving on. Or you can't even punish the kid the same way. Like it's just so different to just look at how things move now with parents and kids. And a lot of coaches have to sit there and allow parents to be somewhat with a foot in the door because they want to keep the kid. Instead of saying, this is my program, this is how I'm going to run my program. You either with me or you not. You know what I'm saying? And you got those parents that feel like they know what's best for their kid as far as basketball. We had it a couple years ago with the transfer portal. And one way they didn't like that. They didn't feel like the kid would get better with this program compared to that program. And I don't feel like the kid got better at all at any program because of what they lack of working on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
you know what, Toomer? When it all boils down to it, it's all about relationships. And what I have learned in any relationship, whether it's coaching players, coaching parents, friends, love relationships, it's all about communication, but it's all about what you tolerate too. As a coach, what are you going to tolerate? As an administrator, what are you going to tolerate, from your coaches? What message are you sending as a coach? Because with me, every coach wants to win, but winning can't be over the integrity of the program. Nobody's above the program, including the coach. My thing is to make sure that I'm um, a great example as a man to my players right now in AAU. I want to be a great example of how a man should treat women. And we have these conversations with my girls at Winter Haven. Um, they look up to us as father figures, so we always have conversations. And I just want to make sure that I'm setting a great example for that. But in the end, it's all about what you tolerate. So me as a coach, if I allow you to come in late every day or come to practice, you don't come to practice at all, then I start you. What message is that sending to the rest of the kids? What message is that sending to that kid that you don't have to work hard and you're still entitled to start or whatever. For me, I'd rather lose, than to set a kid up for failure. I just rather lose.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's really all about preparing them for life. And I used to tell my kids all the time, I'm not a basketball coach, I'm not a football coach. I'm a life coach that teach life lessons through sports. And that's what it all comes down to.
Gotcha. Well, I know you got Coach's Corner. We might want to get that at the end because we got our guests calling a certain time.
Yeah, we'll jump in. So, all right, y'all. So, we know here in the county, there's been a lot of conversation, a lot of questions that's kind of been going around about one of the newest, I guess, players in the county. And so, here at Polk Hoops, we try to meet stuff right where it's at most cases. And so we have the privilege of having the head coach for Carolina Christian, new head coach, Coach T. Wooten, who's going to jump in the man cave and chop it up with us. So without further ado, we want to welcome into the man cave head coach, Carolina Christian, Coach Wooten. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, fellas. How you guys doing?
Oh, we good, man. We blessed. What they say, we blessed and highly favored, man. So we appreciate it. We appreciate it. So as we do with all coaches that come into the man cave, we want to first of all give you a chance to kind of have any type of introductory, conversation that you want to have, and then we'll fire some questions off at you and kind of go from there. So anything you want to say to start off, Coach, you got the floor.
First of all, I want to thank you guys for the opportunity, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior for the opportunity that I've been blessed with. And I think you guys do a great job of keeping the county informed and the coaches and the players. And it's, first of all, an honor to be able to be on you guys' show, because I do follow the show via Twitter and a little bit on Facebook. But as far as I go, my name is Coach T. Wooten. I'm the new coach at Carolina Christian College here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm originally from North Carolina, but I also lived in Polk County for 3.5 years. My son was born in Polk County at Lakeland Regional. So Polk County is near and dear to me in regards to like a second home. The reason I chose Polk County when I first got the job was because I know I coached football and basketball in Polk County between Bartow High School when I coached with Jimmy Johnson, who you all well know. I also met Terrence McGriff through Jimmy, Coach Gibbons. I also met Coach Grant, who was over at Winter Haven when I was there. And I met Reggie Polite, who was the girls coach at Bartow. Him and Jimmy were like mentors to me, and they, connected me with the right people in Polk County to give me a start. And I also met Terrence McGriff, who's at Bartow now. He was on Drew Taylor's staff when I was at Bartow. So I was plugged in with some good guys, being able to coach football and basketball. I coached football there at Bartow with Richie Marsh. So I'm not a stranger to Polk County, and I wanted to clear that up first and foremost with a lot of the people who didn't understand, why is this guy trying to come recruit Polk County kids? Because Polk County has and always will be a football first county, but there is tremendous talent basketball wise in a football rich county. And I knew that being able to coach dual sports. So I wanted to give those young guys an opportunity who wanted to go to school and their parents wanted to give them that opportunity to do something they didn't have. Because while I was there, I did help kids go to college out of Bartow and out of Evangel Christian, which is now Victory Christian, where I started their football program, and they went on to win multiple state championships. So Polk County is near and dear to me, and I want everyone in the county to know and understand that was my first and foremost reason for coming into the county. Secondly, I came into the county for 3 kids. That was Antonio Chaney from Frostproof. That was Duba, Marcellus Thomas from Kayleen, and Jimmy Huff. I was blessed to get 2 out of the 3 of those kids to come play ball for me.
Say that again. Who the 3 kids were? I'm sorry.
Jimmy Huff from Kayleen, Marcellus Thomas, and Antonio Chaney were the 3 kids that I came to recruit when I first came to Polk County. And I was able to meet Coach Shaw and Coach Kendall Barker. And when I started recruiting those Marcellus and Jimmy, and I kind of built the relationship, and we went through the recruiting process, and I was very transparent, answering any and all questions for Coach Shaw, for Coach Kendall, for Coach Johnson over at Frostproof, just being transparent and letting them know when and why I wanted to try to help those young guys that I couldn't believe because of the basketball talent that they weren't signed. Which, I mean, I did my due diligence, and again, you guys, I was blessed to get those 2 or 3 of those guys because a lot of those guys can play.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Coach, you got some Polk County passion about you, so we can respect that off the top. This is the thing. When we started Polk Hoops, our whole deal was that we felt like there was, and we still feel this way, there's plenty of talent in Polk County as it relates to basketball, but it just was not getting its fair shake, its fair publicity, its fair shine. So that was the whole deal behind Polk Hoops, to try to get the kids and the programs more than they were getting. So when you say that you knew or you know about Polk County basketball, that's something that we are really, with Polk Hoops, trying to make sure that we do with these kids, try to give them that opportunity. But so we appreciate you, first of all, giving those kids a chance to continue at the next level once they graduate here this month. So I don't know what that noise is, but one question that, this is the thing, Coach, just, keeping it, I guess, as real as possible. You, Carolina Christian, we kind of didn't know about Carolina Christian before now, and you were able to sign 2 or 3 kids. It was, we get stuff that kids are getting offered, kids are not getting offered, that kind of stuff. And anytime we get something about a kid getting offered, we post it because we want to, like I say, publicize the kids. There was some back and forth about kids that were offered, kids that weren't offered. I know you've offered 4 kids for 2022. 2022. So just kind of, I don't know if you need to clear it up, but just kind of talk about that process. I know you say you came after 3 kids and you got 2 of them. So congrats on that. But what we got down here was like you kind of came at a couple more than 3 kids. Like you kind of came at like 6 or 7 kids. And that's kind of, I guess that was kind of the start of the questioning, I guess.
Okay. How it worked was I came when I got the job, I reached out to Kayleen and I met Coach Shaw. I came to recruit Jimmy and Marcellus, and I reached out to the Coach Johnson at Frostproof. And that was for the class of 2021. Those were the 3 kids that I did my due diligence and homework, and I had the recruiting profiles for all of those. So I knew about those kids when I spoke to those coaches. And those guys built a relationship with me and said, well, Coach, we appreciate the passion and what you're trying to do. We know of some other kids here in the county who are not getting their fair shake. So that's how some of the other kids got on my recruiting board. So my initial process was the first 3 that I named. And then, I mean, if you don't want them and they can play and their parents are going to trust me, why wouldn't I try to take them? And give them an opportunity. I'm about the kids. I'm trying to get these kids out of the circumstances that they're in. Like I said, I'm not some Joe Blow who doesn't know how Polk County works. I lived there. My son was born there. So I know the struggles that the parents go through, and I know there's some good youngins there that can play ball, football, or basketball from single-parent homes, and I'm just trying to help give those kids a leg up the same way it was given to me for me to be able to play ball and stuff.
Coach, I got a question. Somebody right here, and I guess to answer this is mainly what the like. We get a lot of kids that are saying that they got offers, and when we think of offers, like they got offered, we're thinking of full scholarship. Are you offering the kids full ride, or how does it work with Carolina Christian?
Okay, here's let's clear up everything for you guys, fellas. Okay, from my 18 years as a high school coach, and now in the college ranks. What you got to understand, when everybody thinks sports, they think scholarships. Scholarships work like this. Some schools give full rides. That money is earmarked from endowments, from boosters and donors and so on and so forth. So that's the first thing everybody want to jump on or think, scholarship. We don't do athletic scholarships, and that was made clear to every kid I talked to that I did or did not recruit. However, what we do is grant and aid need-based. Grant and aid need-based works like this. Coach Billy D, let's say I'm recruiting you, right? You're from a single-parent home, right? Just your mom and it's you, and you got two brothers. Now, Coach Toomer, let's say I'm recruiting you, and you from a home, and it's you, your mom, your dad, and your little brother. But you and your mom and dad work their income. But Coach Billy D mom is the only one in that household with income. His need is going to be different from your need, correct? Or am I wrong?
No, you're right. You totally
got
correct.
two parents with income coming to a house as opposed to one parent working, taking care of that household. That's why it's called grant and aid need-based. Every kid's need is not the same. So I never offer scholarship. I'll never say it because that's not what we do. But we do offer grant and aid need-based, and each individual is not the same. And I explain that to the kids, the coaches, and the parents. Because, fellas, let me make it clear. Before we even got to talk money, I had to go through the coaches. I had to build a relationship with the players. And then the coaches put me in contact with the parents. Then I broke down how the money part works. I'm a parent myself. I'm not trying to bring no kid into a jacked up situation. That's not what I'm about, you know, especially coming from a single parent home myself. For some kids, it work, you guys. For some, it don't, you know. But the rumor I want to clear up, at no point was it said anything about full or partial scholarships. It's grant and aid need-based assistance. And every kid family situation is and won't be the same. Or Coach Billy D, you and Coach Toomer could both be from single parent homes. COVID could have caused your mom not to be working. So you may get more money than Coach Toomer, whose mom is working in that single parent home. Yeah. Does everybody understand now how it works?
No, yeah. I mean, I was on scholarship, so I totally understand how grant and aid and financial aid and how that thing works to help pay for it. I think we were just, you know, when we see it and not hearing from you and not knowing you, every kids are blessed to receive an offer from Carolina Christian. And what comes to our mind is for scholarship. So we wanted to be explained so that people understand. Like a lot of times kids will just say something that doesn't add up to the same thing that's really happening. You know what I'm saying? And
yes, sir. That's why I wanted to come on you guys' show.
Yeah, and it's not your fault. We're not saying it.
Because I want everyone in that county, if they're going to trust me, to understand the money side. Fellas, we all have to understand. It all comes down to money. Does the money fit and match my family? And I do my due diligence to make sure every I is dotted and every T is crossed so that those kids' balance is zero. I get it. I'm not trying to set any parent or family up for financial failure. That's not who I am. That's not what was done for me.
I don't think anybody ever said that you actually was. I mean, again, the questions just come about when kids are saying blessed to receive an offer to Carolina Christian, blessed to receive an offer to UCF. US. You put those two together, and you think what? What's the first thing that you think as a person on the outside? That they got full ride,
and I mean,
and that's nothing. That's not on you.
I agree, Coach, but the only problem is that we as coaches and sports-minded people got to do a better job of explaining to kids the difference between a scholarship, a grant and aid package, and so on and so forth. We're only allowing these kids to be pushed scholarship. But when I talk to those kids and their parents, I break it down step by step so that they know. So then if they are posting it, it is an offer. It's still an offer, even though it's not an athletic scholarship. It's still a grant and aid offer to play college basketball and get a college degree.
And I guess the big point is, and that's why we're glad you came on, so you can explain it. I mean, better than anybody else, is that at the end of the day, it's more than one way to get to zero balance. And I guess that's what you're saying. And so as long as it's zero balance, that they don't have to pay back. That's what the goal is. And so as long as
that's always what the goal is at the end, because I want, again, it's about me wanting to help these guys, fellas, and I know they come from tough and difficult circumstances, and I just want to educate them and all of the other people and anybody in regards to that there's more than one financial way to go to college, and all we've ever really been pushed or taught is full or partial scholarships.
Coach, I have a question. Maybe you can clear up some misconceptions. Can you give us some background on Carolina Christian as a college? My thing is that these kids are going to further their education, and that's what is important to me. Jimmy played for me in travel ball, so Carolina Christian offer what programs? What are they known for? Things of that nature.
Okay, we're a small private 4-year college, Coach, and we offer psychology, sports management. We offer religious degrees. We offer social science. Courses of study. We're also going to introduce social work this fall, or either teacher education as a new career track. And we've been a college over 75 years.
And I just found this out, Coach, when I knew you was possibly gonna come on the show. So did a little due diligence. That the president actually graduated from Kathleen. And she
yes, I did, but that's a recruiting tip that I use to hold in my bag, Coach. But it's true. She's a Polk County grad and a Kaleen grad, which is another thing on why she wants to help those guys out of her own county. But that's a plug that I use, and you guys gave it away when I'm recruiting Polk County. But we had
to look you up. Yeah, she graduated a year after me, so I wasn't aware of that. So that's a small world. So Coach, what conference are y'all in? How does that like you do the this is Coach Carolina Christian?
Okay,
we just trying to educate everybody on y'all. Go ahead.
We're in a unique situation. We are in a dual conference. We're in the ACCA and the NSAC. Okay, and the ACCA is a large Division III conference out of Joplin, Missouri. Can you hear me, Coach?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, and the one conference we're in is out of Joplin, Missouri, and we play in a big national tournament out there. There are 17 schools in that conference, and we in March, the beginning of March, everybody meets up out there, and we have a big tournament, and there's crowned a national champ for men's and women's. And in state, we're in the NSAC, and we have a conference there, and there's a champion crown there, and it's just only a men's conference.
So you in two conferences? It's D3,
we're
but
we're in two different conferences.
Oh, that's different. I say that's different.
So what type of ball, Coach?
We get to play, sir.
Go ahead and finish.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
No, go ahead and finish what you were saying. I'll ask it after you finish your thought. Go ahead.
Oh, I said that it allows us to play in two different conferences. We can play up to 30 games in a season, and then we still get the opportunity to travel in state and out of state to two conference tournaments.
Okay. I was asking you what's your style of play for anybody who is listening, who's interested, intrigued. What's the style?
Coach, I like to play up tempo, in your face style of defense. I preach defense first. We're gonna press you full court. I run that Shaka Smart VCU style on offense and defense. And I preach hardcore fundamentals and just aggravate you the whole game.
Okay. So, Coach, you how many students you have? I think somebody asked that in the chat earlier. How many students are not like at the school? Like
we probably have a total of about maybe 200, 220 students this year, and the school is still growing.
Okay. So it's a fairly new school. It's a fairly new program. Lost him.
That had to be his phone cracking. He'll all back in.
Yeah, that had to be because there was like some balled up paper. He jumped back in there. You got him?
Yeah, I just let him on. Hey, Coach, that's your phone that's doing that cracking. I don't know what you got.
I'm back, fellas. I don't know what happened.
It's your phone that's making that noise.
It's my phone?
Yeah, when you went off, we didn't hear the noise anymore.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. To answer your question,
there you go. It sounds better now.
Good now.
Okay. To answer your question, like I said, we're growing. Our basketball program, it started in 2017. And because prior to that, they didn't have an athletic program. So it's constantly growing. And I'm just saying on trying to share in the school's vision and bring in good kids, but they're also student athletes, you guys, because I'm big on academics first. I love basketball, but I also want these young guys to walk out of there with college degrees.
Exactly. So that was the lead-in question. So for parents that are watching this right now and maybe considering Carolina Christian, what is it that they can expect from Carolina Christian as it relates to the experience that their son will possibly end up getting?
Well, I mean, with me, what I tell the kids and the parents when I'm doing my recruiting pitch is I genuinely am the academics first. If you're not doing it in the classroom, you're not going to play. We're going to give you opportunities and support to get your grades done in the classroom. Our academic dean is great with helping since I got here and helping with the transition of the kids that I did still have currently on the team. So I'm going to push that, and I'm not going to sell my soul to the devil. If you don't get it done academically, you will sit until you get it done.
So how many? That's the next question. You got two that you bring in from Polk County. How many kids do you have returning? You got a full team, or you still got to recruit some more?
I have 7 kids returning from the team, and I was asked to go. You guys, it's a great situation for me because I actually have a JV and a varsity. So when I got the job, I was told that I could go recruit to fill a varsity and a JV team. But with that being said, all of the kids know, and I'm transparent as you guys see, it's open competition. Nobody's walking in there with a starting job. The guys that I inherited, I told them day one, you're gonna have to fight for a position. You might not start, you might not even be on the team this upcoming season because I'm going to recruit kids who can play basketball and are gonna come in and they're gonna fight you for those positions. And I know what Polk County kids are about. They're dogs. They hungry. They're going to come in with good basketball IQs, and they're going to work, and they're going to fight, and they're going to claw for them a spot. And that's just the way, and that's the only way, because you want competition in practice. You want it in your program. That's going to make you better, the kids better, and the program better.
Well, Coach, we really, do it all, which is why we're glad you came on, which is why we reached out to you. We appreciate you're giving these kids an opportunity because they may not have one otherwise. So anytime that it happens, we're gonna post it. We're gonna publicize it just the same as we would anybody else. How have you guys dealt with? How have you dealt with COVID? Have you been able to how have you manage COVID?
We've been blessed, but we followed all of the COVID guidelines just like any of the other colleges. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but Wake Forest University is 5 minutes from our college. We following all of the protocols just like Wake Forest or Winston-Salem State, which is an HBCU. That's 7 minutes in the opposite direction. We sit in the middle of both. We were blessed. We had no COVID cases. When I came in to finish the season, we followed COVID protocol and we were able to play in our last regular season game and play in the conference tournament here in the state. And we didn't have any issues. And based on the feedback that I've gotten from the 2 different conferences, we probably have a conference meeting, I think next week or the week after, and they're going to give us more in-depth information in regards to COVID and whatever guidelines are coming up or coming down according to our conferences. The hardest thing for me, you guys, has been is, we can't, not being able to put my hands on the kids. And I've had to do like other coaches. I've had to do it via social media. I've had to do it FaceTime, video chat, film from coaches, talking to coaches in order to be able to recruit. It's been very different and challenging, but I mean, I'm a go-getter. So I'm going to go do what I got to do to try to, help kids and get them in and give them an opportunity.
Coach, I said, you say you got 2 from here, and you got 7 returning. So are you done recruiting?
I'm almost done. I have a couple of spots left, but not many. I was blessed and able, to bring in kids from here in the state of North Carolina and from Florida and some other different places throughout the country that I ran in and recruited at. But I'm trying to get off the recruiting trail because I'm trying to finish up, my schedule and then some of the other admin duties that I have prior to us coming in, because we have summer school starting June 1st. And the kids are going to take 2 classes, and we're going to do strength and conditioning, and we're going to begin practicing because I got a lot to do with a whole new team of putting in the system and getting these guys acclimated and used to each other and playing so we can have that bonding already down when we start to hit the ground rolling.
All right. Well, I got 2 more questions. I don't know if you can answer this first one. Can you talk about Jimmy and Antonio?
Can I talk about them in regards to what?
Like, what do you expect, or what is it that you're envisioning them bringing to your program? If you can't talk about it, that's fine. But if you can, I don't want to put you on the spot.
All I say is Jimmy Huff is a special kid, just not on the basketball court, but off as a young man. He is a leader. He's smart. He has a very high basketball IQ, and I look for big things from Jimmy. Antonio as well. They're very bright young men off the court, and that's what I'm most impressed with. Their basketball is going to take care of itself, but the fact of the type of character and kids that they are, Coach, I struck a gold mine. Believe you me, I'm very humbly thankful that those 2 kids wanted to come play for me and come to school here. So I expect a lot of, big things from those 2 guys.
Okay. All right, Coach. This question got asked like a couple of times in the chat box, so I'm asking it: Is the school accredited?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes,
that was a big question that some folks had to. And the thing is, I mean, you're able to answer the questions, Coach. We don't have to sugarcoat it. We asked you, so we was able to answer that. That's a big deal for some people.
That's fine. And again, that goes into my not setting kids up for failure. If we weren't accredited, Coach, I wouldn't have took the job. I'm just being honest, because you're not going to get anything out of that. And I'm setting myself up, my name up, and the kids up for failure. So no, absolutely accredited. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good to know. That's a good thing. That's big, Coach. At the end of the day, like you said, we want the kids to have a chance to play. We also want to make sure we get them educated. We'll make sure that we, set them up to be, productive young men in their society wherever they go once they leave youth. So that's big. So on behalf of Coach Hoops and the county, we appreciate you taking a chance and believing in the young men and giving them a shot. Like you said, you know the talent. You know the talent, and you know what the product is. We wish more schools would check in and see about our kids, but it doesn't always work out that way. So, but Coach, I can give you one more. This will be a final thing. Anything that you want to say to kind of wrap up? I'm sure we'll get you back in over the summer when we start having more coaches in. But we wanted to get you on to kind of clear up some stuff, and I'm glad you were able to clear your schedule and do that. So, any final words or thoughts or things that you want to say for the good of the cause to people that's watching?
Well, first of all, again, I want to thank you guys, and please keep doing what you're doing for the kids in Polk County, and I know that you will. And I mean, I'm humbly blessed to be able to have the opportunity to get the kids from Polk County that I did, and the ones that are on my radar. I will continue to recruit them and continue to try to come back into Polk County and get more kids to try to help them and their families with their college aspirations and basketball dreams. And I say anybody that don't want to recruit Polk County, I feel sorry for them because I'm gonna keep recruiting.
We appreciate you, Coach. We appreciate it. On behalf of Antonio and Jimmy, we appreciate those 4 guys that you offered last week. I know they appreciate it as well. So, Coach, thank you for all you're doing. Good luck to you up there in Winston-Salem, and I'm sure we'll be in touch with you, Coach. All right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you again, fellas.
Thank you, Coach. You have a good evening. Be easy, man. All right. All right. So that was head coach T. Wooten from Carolina Christian College. Coming on.
I think he cleared up a lot of misconceptions, Coach.
It cleared a lot of stuff up, so we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Coach, you want to do your coach's corner?
No, we can go to the show. You do it at the end.
You want to wait? Okay. Before we get going, we want to make sure we kind of recognize the FABC/Sports Hoops recognize the All State teams yesterday, at least up to 6A. So we want to give a shout out to 4 young men that earned All State honors. 3A, Alvin Tomlin earned 2nd team All State out of Santa Fe. For 5A, Diego Platas Ivan earned 1st team All State in 5A. 6A, Walt Clayton earned 1st team All State for Bartow, and Marcellus earned 2nd team All State for 6A out of Kathleen. So those 4 I want to say congratulations to them. They were recognized not just for Polk County, but for the entire state. So great job for your accomplishments this past year for your teams. I wanted to make sure we kind of shot that out. Man, it was rough in that chat box. I wasn't gonna say a lot of that stuff. It was brutal in there. There was a little tag team going at one point with Joe and Rex. Man, I wasn't gonna do all that. But shout out to those 4 young men for earning 1st team All State. Great job on your accomplishments this year. So next up, I got is before we jump into the duos and the summer league discussion and things of that nature. Oh, we want to do the offers too. We had a couple guys this week that picked up some offers. Want to get you all's take on this 5 young men. No, more than 5. So first, Alvin Tomlin picked up an offer from Eastern Kentucky, 2021. 2022, Jaden Wynn from Bartow, Will Starworth from Discovery, Andre Shaw from Kathleen, and Devontre Cheney from Frostproof all picked up offers from Carolina Christian. 2023, Dylan James from Winter Haven picked up offer from Mississippi State out of the SEC. And 2024, Anthony Wilcox from Lakeland and LJ Kaysen picked up offers from Stetson. So it was a pretty busy week for some young men picking up offers. So congrats to all those young men. Any thoughts that y'all got on that? I don't want to just run off without giving y'all a chance to.
No, I mean it's just a product of their hard work. And hats off to them gentlemen. I'm pretty sure it'll be more to come. It's a good thing for the county because if people coming in to see them, they're going to see other people also. So I think it's a great for them to receive those offers, and it's going to pick up, and I think it's going to be a lot more, not only for those kids but for others also.
This is gonna be the new question now. Is it an offer of scholarships? Miss Tully, I guess it's an offer. I don't know if it's a scholarship offer or not, but I guess it's an offer.
I mean, at this point, man, everything is verbal. You know, it's nothing. You can't. They can't sign them. So
no. Well, we going to walk on at junior college.
Man, Tuma, you ain't
y'all tough out here.
Tuma, y'all both got real quiet, man. Y'all got real quiet. I know y'all ain't say all y'all wanted to say, man. Y'all let my boy live.
Man, I mean, like I said, he cleared up a lot of the misconceptions. My concerns were the academic part.
Stressing is sad when people. Who are the people, Monty? Like you instead of saying it's people, man. Who are the people? I mean,
like I said, my concerns was the academic part. I want to make sure them kids come out with degrees that they can use.
The thing. He said he cleared up two things. He cleared up the degrees, three things. He cleared up the degrees that they offer, which is more than just ministry degrees, but it's a Christian college, so you know they're gonna offer ministry degrees or religious degrees. That's a given. He cleared up that they're accredited.
They need to update their website because like he's telling us stuff. They need to update their website, bro. Because the thing says 70 people, he said 200.
Yeah. Well, he said it wrong. And then the last thing he cleared up was the different ways that you can get a bill paid. You know,
that was some good stuff that people.
That was a big thing. If you can leave out there with a zero balance and not owe nobody, I mean, whether it's a scholarship, granted aid, however that work out.
And that's what happens on the lower levels, though. Like NAIA, they're not offering full rides, and if you do get a full ride from NAIA, that's tied in with your Pell Grant money and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of offset it. So I mean,
that was interesting though that I learned today is the two conferences. I never heard that you playing two conferences.
That was different. Yeah, that was different. So okay, well, so I'm sure to come back up in a minute, but yeah, those are the newest offers that came about. So congrats to those young men. This is just the news part of the show. So new coaching hires. We can talk about this, I guess, for a minute. Newest head coach at Lake Gibson, and I know this has been known for a while, but I guess they just finally publicized it. Brendan Boatwright. Congrats to Coach Boatwright on being the new head coach at Lake Gibson. The new head coach at Ridge is Don Skipper, who is moving over from Lake Region to take over Ridge after Coach Smith left. The new coach at Haines City, we talked to him last week, is Coach Justin Nemo. And it's one more coach that just got picked up. Who am I missing?
Ambo.
Oh, and the new coach at Davenport, the new school that's opening up this year. Shout out to Coach Antbo. Coach Antbo is going to be starting the Davenport team from the start. So those are the four newest coaching hires to the brother. What y'all thoughts on the new guys who's the new Vanguard coach, Miss Nicole? I know Randy Lee left. Who's the new coach? We hadn't heard who the new coach is. So we got four that we know of. You tell me who that one is. We'll announce him and put him on the page too. So what's y'all thoughts on the four that we talked about so far?
I think it's going to be an interesting situation in the northeast part of the county. And you got Don Skipper coming back to Ridge. You got Nemo at Haines City. And you got Antbo at Davenport. So I'm curious to see, how it influenced where kids go right now. That's going to be real interesting. Who are those kids going to choose to play for?
Yeah, that's going to be because they're all in the same area almost. It's like they can kind of knock on each other's doors almost. So
with that new rule, you can, as long as you have transportation, you can go where you want to and play.
Go anywhere.
Who the hell is Travis Bennett?
Who is who?
Who the hell is Travis Bennett? He just kind of stupid comment. Did he delete it? Y'all don't see that?
Can you delete that? I don't know how to delete that. I just saw it, but we can just keep.
One of them fake.
We can keep pushing it.
Yeah.
But Rex and Black, boy, they tag teaming, but they ain't even playing with the people. All right, man. So Nick, we're gonna check in with. I know we hadn't done this yet, but we actually been we've had teams have been able to have actually schedules this year, AAU teams. So we are very, very happy that the kids have been able to play, but we hadn't really talked about the AAU team. I know that this past weekend, I know FTL went down south, I think, and had a very good showing. They went out and gave people a couple 30 pieces. I know that Tony Bradley has 3 teams, right?
2 teams.
Two teams. I know Team Mac has 1 team, right? 1 team.
They have 2 also.
They got 2. Okay, I don't want to mess nobody up. I know that they just FTL went to Atlanta and beat up on some people. Okay, they went to Atlanta and beat up on some people. So shout out to FTL for going up the road, and I know they went to Kansas City or something like that last weekend, I think. So they've been getting some travel in, getting the kids some good exposure. That's always a good thing, so the kids can kind of jump out and see some stuff they wouldn't normally see. So, Coach, what's your thoughts? Because you deep into travel basketball. What is your thoughts on AAU? I know the Fire playing. I know it's an IDC team. I saw the other day where it was some kind of back and forth going with some IDC versus Lakeland Fire. So that was interesting to look at. Who is this Travis Bennett?
I have no clue, but they on some other stuff right now.
Yeah, bro.
Can we? What can we do? We can't delete it with nothing. You can't hide it. I want to see if I can hide it. Hide it here.
Nah,
I guess I have to go on the Polk. I'm on Polk Hoops right now and see if I can hide it. So what's your thoughts, Coach? While I work on this, I'm working on trying.
Live, bro.
Huh?
The great thing is that these teams are giving kids opportunity to play. The bad thing is right now that there are no live periods, so coaches are not unable to come out and see these kids showcase their skills. Kids need to play, they need to improve. So no matter what team they're on, they need to be playing. And it's a good thing that we have teams that are in the county and competitive in order to show that we can play basketball here in Polk County. Not only do we have teams here in the county, we do have kids playing on other teams outside the county. And you have to tip your hat off to them too, because they're able to showcase, that we can play basketball here, that we are skilled here. We can shoot the basketball a little bit. We can run, we can jump, we can pass, we can do it all. We play defense. So it's a great thing having all these teams being successful, in their respective AAU programs. I've seen another, blog where, people want to play Polk County. No, you really don't. You really want to, show how much and how deep we are in talent and play against other people in other places. I know Tony Bradley will be at the Big House next weekend, this coming weekend. And we're going to Bar Gibbons in Atlanta after that. And I forget the tournament that we had, a 20-something. Then we'll be done. We'll shut it down for the month of June and allow them to go back to their high schools as better players.
And that's always the I guess the thing. I know when I was doing the travel ball thing, we was always big on making sure that we let the kids go when it was time for summer league. So it wasn't like they had a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like they was having to choose, because if I'm taking my team to out of state, it's gonna be real hard for them to say no to that. But then if your high school team, like we're gonna talk about the summer league here in a minute, is playing, then it's like you kind of, like you said, you kind of making them have. It's a tough decision. So I applaud you guys shutting it down so that's not something they got to deal with, because sometimes that becomes difficult to kind of split both. June has always been for the high schools, be it summer league, team camps, things of that nature. That's how it's always usually goes. So, Jonathan Zanders Nelson is the new coach for Vanguard. Thank you, Ms. Nicole. So congrats, Jonathan Zanders Nelson. I have to update the stuff. Bro, you got anything to say about the AAU?
No, I'm just glad they're able to play. I'm glad that they're able to get around and be playing. Like you said, FTL was in Atlanta this past weekend, so the kids actually getting to travel, get that experience. Billy D has mostly been playing his kids up, so they're getting that experience instead of trying to dominate. What we talked about all the time, at least I know what I talk about. Instead of trying to just dominate and come home saying you're getting W's, you're competing against old age kids, and most of the kids are varsity players. So all year they get to play against seniors. They get on the AAU team and then they want to play at their level. And all you want to see is win when it's about development. So that's a good thing. I haven't heard much about E in the last week or two, but I know he has been moving around. So it's just all great. Great to see them
playing. And I know some kids that's not playing with county-led teams. Like I know that Dylan James and Wilcox and Casey
Wilcox
with one family, so that's not a Polk County team, right? They play with one. Was it one family they play with?
They play with one family.
And then I know that
KJ with the Night Riders.
KJ and Tyler with the Night Riders, right? Tyler Williams played with the Night Riders too, right?
With Chandler Parsons.
He was CP25, yeah.
CP25. I know that what is his name?
Cooper. I know Cooper Ellis is with the Titans out of Tampa.
The Tampa Titans. So there's some kids that's playing with other teams, but for the most part,
I don't know who Trey is playing with it.
Trey playing with a team with Alvin, because I saw where Coach Blicker had
posted one family too.
Yeah, where he gave Alvin a pass where Alvin kind of got space.
All those kids with one family, the ones that got those offers, they all with one family?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's probably where the communication is coming at in between the travel ball team coach and the college coach.
Yeah,
because I know they can't talk to kids right now.
Yeah. So one family is doing a good job of finagling at some stuff, right? What's next weekend, 7th through 9th? What's that? That's TB Elite. That's Big House.
Yeah, that's the one at the Big House.
So Mother's Day weekend.
Yes, sir. We're playing. It's May Hoops that's sponsoring that. That's the one we went up to Indiana and just played in. They had a great field up there, man. It was a lot of good games from a lot of shoe company teams. I know we played against a Nike team and Adidas and Under Armour. I mean, Imani Bates was up there. It was a lot of good talent up there.
Y'all went up there? Your team went up?
Yeah, we went up. Both teams went up.
To Indiana?
Yes, to Indiana.
Damn, you kept that quiet, coach. You didn't even tell us. We'll put that out there.
Yeah, man, we just trying to do something. You can't, like you say, you can't stay local. So we took both teams up there. We had a good showing. The one game we lost.
Big. That's huge. That's the same. Like shout out to Vincent going to Atlanta. I know Eric's probably been to Atlanta again. Eric normally try. That's the other huge part of it, man. Just getting the kids out of Polk and out of Central Florida.
Yeah, man. That's
seeing the other basketball.
That's what.
But you know what though? It was eye opening because we're not that far away from everybody else that are in basketball states like Indiana and Kentucky. People try to rant and rave about basketball up there. I mean, Florida's right there. And I think all the Florida teams that went up there and showed that. I watched the game against.
Who all went up there with you? Where you guys was at from Florida?
Each one was up there. They had multiple teams up there. Somebody else was up there also from Florida. But it was a lot of EYBL teams up there. Houston Hoops, Imani Bates, Mac Irvin, man, it was from everywhere. We played a team from Arizona, you know what I'm saying? And they was pretty good. We lost in double overtime by 1 point. That was our one loss while we was up there.
Did you play at your level or you played up?
We played up. We played at 16. So I can walk.
Can we get you to explain like why do you do it? Because I know why you do it. We've talked about it even when I was coaching. That was something I tried to push to do. But can you explain the logic behind that?
All right, we think the 2024 group is a special group of kids. We said that here on the air, multiple times, and I'm fortunate enough to get most of them to play for me on Tony Bradley Elite. The thing is that most of the kids play varsity basketball, and what we want to do is prepare them to be varsity basketball players. So playing them at 15 and under and just getting wins and being happy with that. No, we want to actually put them against adversity. And make it tough for them and let them know where they need to get to. And the biggest thing right now is they see that they have to prepare their bodies to play at an elite level. And that's, cardio, lifting weights. People are a lot stronger, a lot bigger at 16 than they would be at 15. That gave us a couple struggles at first. But it's just like getting in the swimming pool. At first, that water may be cold, but eventually you're going to get used to it. And now we're starting to get used to it, and we're starting to challenge, teams at 16U. And like I said, next year when we play 16U again, we should be ready.
Good deal.
That's what it is. Everybody don't think that philosophy, but like you say, y'all gonna be in the same bracket for 2 years, so next year it ought to be.
Yeah, and another thing is we're trying to get that shoe bid with those kids, and so we gotta show that those kids can play. And the best thing that we can do is put them against the best competition.
How is that looking so far? Like, what is your thoughts?
I think we're on our way. Like I said, we got to pick up a couple big wins against known teams in order to help that process. We got a great group of kids, but I think between this year and next year, we got to get those kids to develop their bodies, as I was talking about, and continue to play hard. And I think eventually we're gonna get there.
Hey, we can't bring Coach Wood back, man. He got a Metro piece a booth phone, man. Y'all ain't heard the cracking and nothing going on since he left.
Hey,
y'all, man.
Coach Billy D, Coach Zeke, Coach Kendall, Coach Vince, Coach Eric, y'all guys that got the teams, man, if y'all want to send the roster of the teams and like their names and what high school they at, we'd love to post them on the page just to, just so folks will know where kids are playing at. I don't want to do it and miss somebody. So I'd rather if you don't want to do it, that's fine. Ain't no pressure. But if you send it to us, send it to, the Polk Hoops, we'll be sure to post your kids and give them a little pub as to kind of who they playing with and where they at. Just so.
That's for any of them. Any of them. If you listening, is it Tiffany's?
TB 21 too. Yeah, TB 21. Anybody who playing high school ball, y'all send us a list. Even if they don't play with a Polk County team, like we mentioned a couple kids that we know that don't play with Polk County teams, but I want to post it, but I don't want to post it and leave nobody out because the minute you leave a kid out, well, they gonna hang you. They be waiting to hang us on stuff. So
they better inbox us.
Yeah, so when that do, I'll be like, hey, Coach Billy D sent me this roster, so y'all got a problem, talk to the coach. Don't bring it here. That's the disclaimer. So
we don't put it out there, so they better inbox us.
Yeah, so all right, so yeah, if y'all want to do that, man, but I'm just happy. I just wanted to make sure we gave a couple minutes to AAU since we, travel bosses, we hadn't done that yet. So
yeah, you want to put Wood back on, no?
Asked the question on the page about the top returning duos, and so I'm just gonna list about 9 of them. Ask y'all thoughts on them. A couple of them are maybe trios, maybe not duos, but I guess if we talking about duos, we got to start in Winter Haven with the new duo of Dylan James and Isaac Salazar. And I guess if you want to add Phillips, I guess they would be a trio. But I know James and Salazar, from what I see, the word is that Coach Billy D got Salazar playing the 1, and one family got Dylan James playing the 3. So it's a reason why Coach Woodside not struggling too much with the second duo that's moved to Lakeland, which is Tyler Williams and Ro Hardy. Another duo/trio, I guess, would be Donna Gatlin, Sebastian Rosado, and Jaden Excel from Lake Wales. Hardy has Tavares Wright and Caden Bryan. McKeel, Cooper Ellis, Alex Sessoms, Arbondale, Vaughn Nash, I guess they call him KK, and Nehemiah Turner, Frostproof, Demontre Chain, AJ Carr, Jay Leonard, Santa Fe, Trey Lane, Daniel Thompson, Bartow, KJ Parker, Jaden Wynn. Did I leave anybody out? You all can think of right?
You mentioned Lakeland, you named the Winter Haven kids, like they ain't got other returners. They got the shooting guard, the kid that was hurt with the hand, and you got Wilcox. So who you just naming the two Winter Haven?
I said 9 different groups right there. I'm asking, did I miss anybody? So you saying Wilcox and who now?
What's the kid name? The shooter.
Oh, Strickland.
What kid that was hurt?
Drew Strickland. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we out here. I miss anybody else? Kathleen, anybody can go with Shaw?
Not that I know of.
just put it out there. I know they got a couple of young kids that's returning, football kids, RJ and
RJ and Shaw.
Shaw and Kelly. I don't miss nobody. I know
Kelly, right?
Yeah, Kelly.
Oh, yeah, RJ.
I know Ridge still got Trayvon, but they lost Jude and they lost Champ. I don't know if they got anybody else to go with Trayvon over that way, coach. I know Discovery got Stallworth kid. I don't know if they got anybody to go. I know he lost a couple people. Maybe the Brian kid, the Brady Bartels kid or whatever making, because I know he's a junior, but
who Ridge got? Yeah. Not Ridge, but who Lake Region got?
That might be a reason why what's the name left.
And they coaching job is still open.
That's probably gonna be over for a while. Yeah, that's gonna be over for a while, probably.
Yeah, that's gonna be over top.
I know Lakeland Christian lost a lot. I know Victory. I know they got the Ricketts kid, but I don't know if they got nobody else with. I don't know if they got anybody else with Ricketts.
Rumors is it's gonna be some people coming in though.
That's not a strong trio right there, Strong. That's a good football squad right there.
You got your two linebackers. Strong got
Just chill, man. Basketball, just chill.
Oh, what about Blicker them with Trey and?
I said Trey and Thompson.
Oh, okay.
Somebody said on the page that that's the best shooting backcourt in the county. What you say about that?
Who?
That's the best returning shooting
freshman. Trey and the freshman.
Yeah,
the freshman and Trey.
Oh. That's tough, boy. Can't argue with that one.
That's tough. The only one I can think of out there might be Lake Winners duo / trio. But
who's with KJ? Who's with KJ?
KJ got Win the post kid.
Oh yeah. It's hard.
We're having a great summer too, boy. He having a great summer.
Yeah, I've been seeing.
One more playoff in Bartow, boy. We're gonna quit talking about Lakeland. Well, we didn't even talk about Lakeland right now anyway. But if Bartow one still, boy, it's gonna be question marks all through the air.
Coach Polite,
Haven. I'm telling you, man, I like Winter Haven right now. That's my pick.
Coach Polite, I had to make sure I was, I had plenty because I didn't know what these guys were going to do once they found out we were going to have the Carolina Christian guy on. And I see how you and Black in the box, so I think I made the right decision.
But you want my honest opinion on why I just got quiet on it? I mean, he said some good positive stuff that he kept it real about the scholarship situation and the offers. I mean, for me, I get lost when you see all this. I'm blessed to receive an offer from it's a D3 or if it's not a D3. We know D3 don't give out scholarships, right? Y'all know that, right? Unless some change since I've been gone. Ain't nothing changed, right? So that's what the question becomes like. We want to know if they D2, D3. Once they say they D3, you're not getting a scholarship.
Well, he said that it wasn't a scholarship, but he said he didn't.
I didn't have any much to say. I mean, he spoke very positive about his situation and how he discusses it with family members.
There's just no athletic money. There's no athletic money.
Now
what I'm saying?
He kept it 100 with us. I mean, I don't understand how the website saying 70 kids and he said 200. But far as for him for basketball, I mean, how can you question what he was saying? He was saying some positive stuff like, hey, I ain't finna be sugarcoating what we got going on. Now, if the parents and the kids want to sit right here and lie, at least we know the truth now.
Yeah. And
So if you're saying blessed to receive an offer from Carolina Christian, we don't need to post it because we just know that's a lie.
Oh man.
It's just the culture right now, Coach. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have an offer to be on the team, all right? They got to spot on the team.
So you walk on, that's an offer. As a walk on, you offer to be a walk on?
No, you're not offered to be a well.
Okay.
You do have preferred walk on, especially in football. I know you do in football, but it's still not an offer. You're not getting athletic money.
Now I ain't saying playing, going to play. Let me say that again. I'm going to be attending Carolina Christian to play basketball. That's something you post. Blessed to receive an offer from Carolina Christian. I don't want to see that. But if you're going to play there, we need to post about it. That's a great thing for the kid. Does that make sense? Or am I just talking out my ear? Cause Barnes, you smiling, Billy D like just got quiet on me.
I mean, I guess it's all up to interpretation. You know, your interpretation, if you get an offer, meaning athletic money, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just about clarification more so than anything.
As long as the bill paid, that's what's important to me. As long as the bill paid, then I'm good. As long as they ain't got to pay no money back when they done.
Listen, but if you ain't got to pay no money to go to Carolina Christian, you ain't gonna have to pay no money to go to a lot of schools because of the situation you're in with financial aid and Pell Grant. So for me, if I have a kid, I'll take let's go try it at junior college. I ain't knocking that, but that's coming talking to a guy that don't play college basketball. So I'm gonna look at it different.
But also, Tuma, like he said, you know what I'm saying, these kids are sitting here, you know, them kids don't have anything. So what were those kids?
You can walk on. Walk-ons ain't hard. You can be that red shirt. You know that, man. You play football. So let's put that out there. Let's not make it like they don't have anything. If they go to college and they got a basketball program, you can walk on.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. That ain't. I mean, hey, some schools need that extra 5 to 10 guys to
Rick Savage, man.
beat up on their guys.
Rick Savage, for him and Black, boy, they Savage in the chat.
I mean, Coach Wooden. I mean, he kept it honest, so I like that. I mean, he kept it honest when it came to the basketball part. Now we don't got to be confused.
And he kept it honest with the money part, which was that was a lot of people saying. There's somebody say on the post, they hope it ain't 2 cheeseburgers and some shoes. I mean, so the man saying nothing more than cheeseburgers and shoes. So hey, I mean he cleared it up. So shout out to Coach Wood, man, for coming on and taking them bullets, man, and firing back. You know. So
I don't get excited about blessed to receive an offer, man. Like that's not exciting to me anymore.
It ain't. It's too watered down. That's what you're saying?
Nah, it's
our offers watered down now. Is that not a big deal no more?
No, it's a big deal, but it's like, okay, people don't understand what the breakdown is when you say Division 2, Division 3, Division 1, NAIA and JUCO. So like that's
break down one real quick.
I mean, we just D3, you Division 1 and Division 2, you getting a full ride. Junior college, you can get a full ride, scholarship wise. All right, Division 3, you paying for school, or you gonna find grant money, financial aid. They're gonna take your money to get you there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
NAIA
give scholarships.
They give
right?
money. They get athletic money.
Yeah. So that's your full scenarios of knowing. So if you are talking about those different levels, you got it. That's where you get to understand. It's just understanding that I'm not knocking the kid that decides to go there. I mean, you're gonna pay for school. It's all on how you feel. Like you said, it might not be things on the table,
Yeah.
And I think just like with Coach Capel the other day, because he got attacked about it. We're not wanting to know to try to bash the situation. I think for me, I want to know so we can educate the kids or the parents.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want that to be clear, because I see a couple posts like some people upset that he's giving these kids an opportunity. You can get an opportunity by walking on somewhere and can keep you some money in your pocket. Know the situations. You know what I'm saying? Do most people understand that scholarships are only 1 year? I got a full
1 year with notebook.
full 4-year ride to wherever you go, because that coach can take that away from you in 1 year. Let's be clear: if a coach get fired, they bring in a new coach. That new coach don't have to offer you back that scholarship.
Yeah, that happened to Jay Fraud when he went to SMU, right?
Yeah.
So people gotta want us to speak the facts on it. You can go somewhere for 1 year. That doesn't guarantee you're gonna go for 4 years. It's everything. So
that's why we talk about it. I mean, we here to educate too. We here to entertain. We here to educate too. So I mean, speak on it. But like I said,
it's all about educating, knowing your options out there. Like, it's, for me, I would rather take the risk of walking on at a school and having and financially being in a situation where I might can make a team and earn a scholarship than to, all right, second thing, out of state fees. We talk about
there are none.
Huh?
There are none.
Oh, they've got out of state fees?
No, not from what I saw. It was the tuition was the same.
Oh, you talking about that school? No, I'm talking about any school. I'm not talking about
any school. Yes.
I'm just saying, like, going out of state. Sometimes it's out of state fees. We talk about it with the girls, boy. Why would you want to go to Tuscaloosa or go to Nebraska just to attend school when you can stay in Florida and you can get money?
Yeah. So when I went to VMI, out of state fees they was knocking people over the head with them. In state, tuition was like a little over $10,000, between $10,000 and $12,000. But out of state, it was like $25,000 for me to go to school there every year. I mean, it was covered by my athletic scholarship, but that was one of the things I said my parents wasn't going to have to do. They wasn't going to have to pay for college, whether it was academically or an athletic scholarship. So, but if they would have had to pay, they was going to pay over $100,000 for me to go to VMI.
But see,
because of those out of state fees.
See, those were the concerns for me. Go in that, like, just because you want to further your career and say you got offered to play at New Mount Zion University, what makes sense? What makes more sense?
Some of those be partial scholarships too.
Yeah, for me to post on Facebook I received an offer, or for me to look at the reality of it, try to stay in state, find a good JUCO or go to a JUCO somewhere to walk on, save money or get money and make the best out of the situation. We questioning things that, like, hey, what are we doing here?
Yeah, because in the end, you're gonna have them student loans sitting there waiting on you.
Yeah,
6 months after you graduate,
all the school shuts down. I remember a couple years ago, it was a bunch of kids that were at Lakeland that went to a college, and the college closed down. This ain't before COVID hit. This school shut down. These kids had to find somewhere else to go. There was a couple kids at Kathleen, a couple kids at Lakeland playing football. It was at a school that shut down, an out-of-state school.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I think they got rid of their football program or something.
Yeah, and this ain't at Coach Wooden, whatever. But, like, these are things you need to research before you start making them moves, man. Other than that, bless the receiver offer. Let's break down, like, the scenario, the situation you're in, how realistic it is. But if you just want to say you playing basketball, you're gonna spend $20,000 to go play basketball. Who you impressing?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Vince had, a question, and I think we still should announce it. It's not up to us to distinguish, how much money they're getting and what type of offer it is.
I don't want to hear. I ain't finna say that you shouldn't. I'm just giving my opinion. I don't want to hear it. Like, it ain't.
Yeah, if they get an offer, we're gonna announce the offer. It's not for us to go in and say what the offer look like and what I mean. But if they say they got an offer, then we'll post it. And
I think a lot of times when I say something, people get it confused. Like I'm speaking for Polk Hoops. I'm speaking on me. I'm speaking for me.
Oh,
like,
I mean, when you speak for Polk Hoops. So I mean, we all
control the page though. So I can't tell you, hey, bro, like yo, why you posted that? What's man? I thought we went. No, that ain't what we do.
Yeah,
We're gonna post it because it's a positive thing. Like for me, like, I'm gonna sit there and say to you, like, yo, that's an offer. We gonna talk about it, but I mean, it should get posted, Vince. I just don't care about seeing it.
So, all right, man. So this week, breaking news: the summer league schedule got released. So we're gonna discuss the summer league here. All right, we actually got a summer league coming up this year. We didn't have one last year, so we happy we're gonna be able to have a summer league. We got 16 teams, the biggest summer league in years. Yeah, we've been posting them, Coach Rich. Hey, we gonna post anybody that that offer the kid. That's what we buy. So, but I get it. So I'm gonna announce the teams first. In the West Pool, 18: Lake Gibson, Victory, McKeel, Kathleen, Lakeland, Santa Fe, Jenkins, and Bartow. In the East Pool or the East Wing, whatever, Oasis Christian, Ridge, Frostproof, Sebring, Lake Wells, Arbondale, Winter Haven, and Discovery. So the way it goes is it's going to be a 7-game regular season. And then all the teams are going to go to the playoffs. They reseed them. So you're going to get at least 10 games. So you'll get 10 games, and it starts on Monday, June the 7th. They play Monday. The three places they're gonna be playing at. They're gonna play at the Field House on Monday. Teams. They're gonna play on the Southern, which is big. All three of those courts on Tuesdays. They're gonna play in Arbondale on Wednesdays and Thursdays at the Rec. So all the games are gonna be at one location, which is gonna be great for the kids and the atmosphere. All right, so just gonna run some games off at y'all, and y'all give me y'all thoughts on them, okay? So June 7th, first night. On court 1, Oasis Christian versus Winter Haven. At 6, McKeel, Lakeland, Kathleen Bartow. Court 2, Ridge, Arbondale, Frostproof, Lake Wells, Sebring, Discovery. And court 3, Victory, Santa Fe, Lake Gibson, Jenkins. Right off top for me, the two games that kind of jump out is Kathleen Bartow and Victory, Santa Fe.
Why Victory, Santa Fe jump out?
It's like a small school rivalry. They never play each other in the regular season, so the fact they're gonna play each other.
Oh, okay. No, I'm honestly asking. Even the Kathleen Bartow, why?
Kathleen Bartow, rematch of regional finals from last year.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking, bro.
Yeah.
What draw to me is the Oasis Christian versus Winter Haven. What is Oasis Christian? That's that school is that a school in Winter Haven?
That's a small school in Winter Haven, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They play at that church in Arbondale.
That's the school that is not FHSAA. That's they're in the other league.
Yeah.
So they get to earn their respect in the summer. We'll get a lot to talk about. We're gonna have two things to talk about with Oasis Christian all summer. Are they getting their sausage put in them, or are they competing and getting their respect?
But at least they stepping up, to kind of see where they're at, because I know Jordan Christian Prep been giving Coach hell about getting on the show and doing this and doing that.
I'm talking about Jordan Christian Prep. Who was Oasis? I'm talking about Jordan.
No, this Oasis Christian. They jumping into the partnership.
I know Coach Jones over there, Chad Jones over there, that always be coming.
We never talked about them. I know we were talking about JCP.
They both on here right now. Coach Jones and Coach Delisandro. I maybe said his name wrong. They both on here, so they stepping up. They doing the Billy D thing. They moving up. They playing.
Coach Jones, I'm totally confused because I was talking about Jordan Christian Prep. Are they playing in it? Is Jordan Christian Prep playing in the league?
No.
Shout out to old Aces Christian. Then I was talking about JCP because I remember they wanted to get on the show. They wanted to be, but they're not even playing in the summer league for us to talk about them. So I was really talking about the JCP who been wanting to get on here to earn the respect, and then they're not playing in it. So
Oasis say they want the respect. So they took.
Respect. Yeah. Y'all playing. Y'all ain't been begging us to do interviews.
Yeah.
We can't say that. It was totally confused. I'm thinking the Jordan Christian Prep. That's the one in Auburndale, right?
Auburndale went to Haven. They went to Haven more so.
Yeah. So why they not in the league? Anybody know why they not playing?
Oh, Jordan Christian Prep. I don't know why they ain't in the league. You know, they kind of move a little different. Jordan Christian Prep. So that's the first night.
But I will say this, playing in the summer league, it gives us a gauge on how to, where everybody at.
Yeah, is Haines City playing in it? Did you name Haines City?
He jumped out of it, Coach. After we talked to him, he called McGriff and jumped out.
What?
Yeah, Coach. Oh, that first night, your boy Frost Crew, they play Lake Wells that first night too. That should be an entertaining game.
Be a good game.
East Polk County. That'd be one to probably watch too.
Hold on. You mean to tell me that man got
that? And I actually need you to see if you can watch that game. Devontae Chain is going to be one of the best guards in the county, bro.
I've heard that from 7 people, so I believe it. I heard that from not just y'all. I heard that from like 7 or 8 people saying that kid the real deal. He got the same coach?
Yeah.
I'm going to shake the coach's hand.
It's going to be an interesting game that first night, Lake Gibson and Jenkins, especially if all them kids that y'all say that the word is, let me say it, the word is that the kid left Lake Gibson to go to Jenkins, and then they're going to play Jenkins the first game. So that'll be interesting too if them kids actually went over to Jenkins.
So hold on, right? So I got a couple more questions, but you moving fast, Coach. Back to this Haines City thing, man. Hell. Haines City dropped out the league. Hell.
Hey, Coach,
you just on the show saying they were playing in it.
Coach, you remember he was on the show? He was like, I may have to look at when is. He remember he asked the dates. When is that? And I'm like, oh Lord. I text McGriff after I said McGriff. Haines City might be dropping out. Coach kind of was like hesitant about the dates, and he said he reached out to him, and the coach was like, yeah, Coach, we're not gonna do it. So yeah.
Let me ask you a bit, like as coaches, former coaches. Does it matter if you lose all your games as long as your kids learning your system and being able to compete? Outside of JCP, they I was gonna want to see them get the sausage put in them.
Bro, it's not about wins and losses. That's your time. It's not about wins and losses. That's your time to figure out, your combination, who work well together, who you can potentially start, what system you may run. Like in the summer is where we tested out, different offenses, different defenses, just to see what was going to carry over into the season. And like I said, I didn't care about wins and losses, and I made sure everybody played during the summer.
Especially when you got football kids that's not going to be there. You got younger kids coming in. You want to develop them. So how do
you have to, and you got to throw them young kids in the fight just to see how they do.
Haines City win 3 games. Haines City win 3 games next year. Calling it now.
3 games, even with the phenom that coach everybody talking about, they gonna have the best phenom in the county. 3 games.
Bro, you still got I'm curious of what they're gonna do with their schedule. You know what I'm saying? Because you can schedule to win 3 games. That's easy.
Are they gonna play Jordan 3 times?
Hey, all right. So, all right. The next night, move to Florida Southern. And these are the games. Bartow versus Lake Gibson, Jenkins versus Victory, Winter Haven versus Ridge, Santa Fe versus McKeel. That'll be interesting. Lakeland versus Kathleen. That's always interesting. Arbondale versus Frostproof. Discovery versus Oasis, and Lake Wells versus Sebring. That's the games at Lakeland Christian at Florida Southern the next night. So
does he get the football players during the summer? The Lakeland football players play during the summer league. You coached when you was coaching over there. Do y'all get the kids?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes it just according to what they had going on. I know all of mine played because I made all of mine go to the football workouts in the morning. And then they was able to play with me in the afternoon. I don't know what's Lakeland set up and what's he in relationship with Castle and how to share their kids, but they're able to play sometimes or most of the time. They're able to work it out.
The thing that used to help us when I did summer league, I was at Lakeland. They got to play because they would come straight from the workouts into the gym. But sometimes Lakeland scheduling workouts in the afternoon. And so if they playing games at different places besides Lakeland, that might be hard for them, especially if they got that first game. So we used to get them sometimes that they would just run right in there from the workout. You know what I'm saying? But now that when they even Florida Southern and Arbondale, that might be a little tougher. So Wednesday night they at Arbondale. So you got Lake Gibson, Santa Fe, Kathleen George Jenkins, Victory Lakeland, McKeel Bartow, Oasis Arbondale, Frost Discovery, Sebring Winter Haven, and Ridge Lake Wells. Man,
we need to have our podcast going on on Wednesdays at Arbondale or something.
Yeah, we might need to do it one of these days. They Wednesday and Thursday, and Wednesday and Thursday at Arbondale. Then Thursday they got Jenkins McKeel, Winter Haven Frostproof, Lake Wells Oasis, Santa Fe Kathleen, Arbondale Sebring, Bartow Victory, Discovery Ridge, and Lakeland Lake Gibson. So yeah, maybe one of them nights we can do Arbondale. I know Eric will be good with that. Oh man, that polite Rex ain't letting go, boy. So that's the first week of games. The next week you got back at the admin center. You got Lakeland Bartow, Oasis Sebring, Santa Fe Jenkins. You got Lake Wells Discovery, Arbondale Winter Haven, Ridge Frostproof, Lake Gibson Kathleen, and Victory McKeel.
Hey man, hold on, man. Let's go back to this Haynes City thing, man. That man sat there for about an hour discussing how the system gonna be ran, and then he put out. I'm confused as hell. This man pulled out the summer league. We spent about an hour talking about stuff.
See what Rick said?
My thing is like, how you supposed to assess your team if they're not playing in it?
This is my thing. To your question, bro, when I was at Jenkins and then at Lakeland or whatever, we didn't care if we won or lost a game during the summertime. I mean, you compete and you want to win, but you don't care because you're trying to figure out what you got, and you're also trying to compete against other people just to put them out there. You don't know what you got if you don't put them out there. We didn't put no plays in. We just picked up man to man, pass and cut. Don't stand in one spot, screen and roll type, stuff that you hopefully should already know from basketball. But no, we didn't.
See, we was the total opposite. We didn't work on defense during the summer because it was already implemented and put in. We worked on executing on offense. That was our focus as far as the summer goes.
Yeah, and you woke up with a 2-2-1 press in your head. You dreamed that's it. And
that's another thing, man. We didn't press all the time during the summer. The kids used to get mad at me. I mean, we know that.
Billy, let's keep this real, dog. Your kids didn't understand how to play nothing but full court defense. So you didn't have to call press. They didn't know how to back up. All right, let's be clear. They didn't understand what back. They could be up 30 and they'd be like, back up where, coach?
Yeah,
the steak was still warm or something, but they didn't understand how to play no other way, coach.
Hey, Tuma, that's a tough situation. You know what I'm saying? Because my kids used to play so hard. Even the girls, like when you're beating teams and you do sub, like they don't know nothing else either. Like what you supposed to tell the kids, like not to be aggressive and not play?
I like Haven girls over Haynes City.
You like what?
When they haven't said the boys.
I ain't said the boys.
And now you capping. Ain't that what they say? The kids say capping. Now you capping.
Boy,
that man, he came on here, but I said, I don't know if I remember I telling y'all that I said, man, he gonna back out the lead though. Remember I said that? I said he wasn't gonna because he ready to he just kind of he
gotta make him play in the league right by saying stupid stuff like that. Like, man, this man don't try me talking about Winter Haven girls will beat the Kansas City boys.
What's y'all? Let me just run through. What's y'all thoughts on the summer league? Like favorites?
I would say the favorite. Like, it's great to see that, man. It gives us something to do in the summer. To actually go watch the game. Billy D probably gonna be reffing, getting a couple dollars. I might need to find me a black and white shirt. I can call a couple fouls here and there, but all in all, man, I mean, it's great. If I had to pick favorites for it, because I know McGriff, he gonna play everybody, so you can count Bartow out. I like this. I think it's gonna be either Lakeland and Winter Haven or Lakeland versus Auburndale.
I think you can't go wrong with those. But you still can't count McGriff out. But I know how McGriff approached to the summer. You know, he don't really care about wins and losses.
He don't care about wins and losses.
Yeah, and plus it's some other things in the mix also with that. So I like, Winter Haven or Lakeland.
We have in the past, Vincent. We have in the past, last couple of years, based the rankings off of the preseason rankings off summer league, right, bro? We did that in 1 year.
Yes.
So yeah, we have in the past. So Vincent, you're gonna have to play Alex 32 minutes. You better play him.
So it should be interesting. Like I said, we'll get a real good gauge on what people have and where they're at. But back to the same city thing. I hope they plan in team camps or something. But you can't go all the way into the season and not play the game with these kids. There's no way you can do that. How would you know what you have if you haven't played no game at all?
He gonna play one every girl every other week. He gonna lose kids, man. He gonna lose. Is Ridge playing in the tournament in the summer league? Ridge ain't playing either.
Huh? Ridge in the summer league, that's gonna be interesting.
Ridge is in there.
He gonna lose kids, bro. They gonna lose kids.
The thing is, you in a war right now because, and I guess it ain't officially a war, but you got to figure that between Ambo, Skip, it ain't gonna be easy to keep the kids that you got.
Ambo leaving and Skip getting that job back opens up the door for them to go back to Ridge. Because they don't have no ground of playing all summer. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I'm a kid, I can enroll in Ridge by going across the street to my cousin's address, or the way the zone is now. They playing summer ball. Haines City's not. Why do I stay after being what they were 2-20 last year?
2 or 3, one of them, It was less than 5.
Why do you stay? For a son to get 30 shots when the season starts?
Well, if that's important.
What we talked about earlier? What was my Tuma take on?
Coaching the parents or coaching the kids? So
as a parent, you gonna sit there and let your kid not play all summer?
Especially when other people playing, unless you got a plan. Now, unless he's taking them over to Orlando. I know he's from Orlando. He may be taking them to Orlando to play. So I don't want people in Polk County to see him. Maybe doing that. But it's always, to me, if you got teams playing and you right here in Polk County, why wouldn't you play? That just don't make sense.
Let's remember now, these kids need games. They need experience. You missed the whole summer last year where these kids didn't get to do anything. You can't afford 2 summers of them not doing anything. You can't afford that.
So you got Riz next door. Listen, you got Riz next door. That's gonna be playing in summer league. Kids, they've been at war the last 3-4 years getting kids. That's where Haines City kids are going now. Them Oakland kids are going to Ridge. Ridge gets to play this summer. Skip in a great situation right now.
Yeah, he is.
It'd be great if what's the name could play.
Ball.
Yeah, could play. That'd be great. But I know they ain't gonna be able to pull it off. But it's just like I guess he don't want to see it. But I remember I told y'all that when we was on here. I said he gonna pull out the league. I said that when we was on here that he wasn't gonna play. Yeah, we got Davenport, Rick. They just not in the they're not in the league right now though. Yeah,
they're not in the league. I think they're gonna be in the district with Discovery though.
Hey,
they're gonna be
these coaches don't want to get that sausage and put it in and talk about, man. It's just simple. They want to win during the summer. They just gonna hide from it. Man, take that sausage. It don't hurt during the summertime. The sausage don't hurt during the summertime, man. We ain't gonna talk about.
But that's the time to take it though. If you gonna lose, But like I said, these kids need to play, especially those kids at Haines City. They need to play.
Football team ain't won but one game in the last 4-5 years. Basketball ain't won 10 games in the last 4-5 years, and they just chilling during the summer. Man, hey, boy, Skip, I know Skip smiling right now, boy. He finna get all them boys.
Yes,
open gym in Haines City.
And Skip get them, boy. They ain't gonna be bad now. Skip gonna coach them up, and they gonna be flying around, and they gonna play hard for him.
Skip got them, man. Hey, polite, boy. The summer sausage is a good thing, boy. Hot summer sausage. Hey, we ain't talking about Kathleen either, dog. Let's talk about Kathleen. Kathleen lost some big stuff, man.
Okay, go ahead.
Last time Kathleen was quiet, they had big transfers now.
Now, what I got over the weekend is that the Kathleen people was happy when Polk Hoops, i.e. Cora Tuma, said that they weren't gonna have that attention. That became they rallying cry. That became they bulletin board material.
Well, listen, man, what they got coming back, they don't get nobody in. Attention is back on the board. Hey,
I do know Shaw got some good young pieces over there.
Man, Shaw quiet right now, so I already know Shaw got some playing.
Yeah, if he get them kids to develop pretty fast, AJ having a real good summer too, they'll be competitive.
Shaw, last 2 years, Shaw quiet. He got some beef from Tampa. Shaw Monty work over in Tampa, so Monty been doing all that recruiting.
It gotta be somebody, huh?
Monty work over there. He be talking about I4 backed up every day.
Yeah.
Well, you work hard, Monty. You gonna continue?
But I see this transfer portal about to pick up, especially when school ends.
Yeah, Haines City. We're gonna be talking about in the next 2 weeks. We're gonna be talking about Ridge and Haines City. Y'all think it's a game? Them kids don't know yet that they ain't playing no summer league, no summer ball.
That transfer portal is about to pick up, and I already have heard that there is some movement already. Just kind of waiting. A big one that's gonna be jumping out there pretty soon.
Well, hey, Polk Hoops, man, we talk to you every day. How you heard and we don't hear?
Well, I mean, I don't say it to y'all, so y'all ain't. We don't say it out there to y'all, so it ain't nothing that we.
Oh, we already know.
Yeah, you already know
what we talked about today.
Yeah, but we can't. We can't.
Yeah, that happens is a game changer.
And it's supposed to happen. It's gonna happen sooner than later.
That situation right there happened. Then it's
and the thing is, me and you just got it, bro. But Billy D be already knowing this stuff. He just that's why he be talking, and he be talking in fragments. You know how? Let's get educational for a minute. He be talking in fragments and not complete sentences.
Man,
what would them cute all do to you, boy? He gonna give you Capitals a half a piece of it, bro. He ain't gonna tell it all.
I be like, hey, I thought we were just on the thing talking. We were chopping it up. That ain't never come up. Then I hear somebody else like, okay, that's what Coach was talking about. But I get it. I can dig it. I can dig it. So
hey, I just hear things. You know what I'm saying? It just eventually they materialize.
So
is Eric gonna get him 5 or 6 transfers this summer? Haines City.
Who?
Eric, the guy from Haines City last year.
I don't think they're gonna get to Auburndale this year. I think they'll stop at Davenport. I don't think that boy definitely at either Davenport or Ridge. I don't think they're gonna make it to I-4 this year.
Yeah, them punts is zone for Davenport, so they'll have to get a ride to Haines City.
But they did say that Eric be bringing cheesecake to practice every day. So that was a winner last year.
Hey,
he'll give a Diego them cheesecakes.
He pulled 7 out the 5 last year, but he pulled out what 5 of them came from Haines City or 4 of them came from Haines City.
Boy, cheesecake could do it to you, boy.
Man, then I talked to Eric. Eric was trying to give some of them back. It was like, come on, E. Can't give them back, coach.
Hey, so yeah, man, just to recap, y'all just jumped on, man. The summer league starts June 7th, man. It's gonna be a 7-game regular season, then they go right into playoffs. The playoffs gonna be the first night gonna be at the Fieldhouse, second night gonna be at Florida Southern, and the championship nights will be at Arbondale on the 23rd. I'll post this on the page tomorrow, but like I say, 16 teams. It's an East bracket, it's a West bracket. So I'm gonna give you the East bracket again, and y'all tell me who y'all think who y'all got coming out the East. Lake Gibson, Victory, McKeel, Kathleen, Lakeland, Santa Fe, Jenkins, Bartow. We all like top 3 teams. Well, let's say 4. Top 4 teams out the West. Once again, Lake Gibson, Victory, McKeel, Kathleen, Lakeland, Santa Fe, Jenkins, Bartow.
Lake Gibson getting sausage putting them all summer. Hey,
it's a hot sausage summer.
McKeel, Lakeland, Bartow, and Kayleen.
Oh, you left Santa Fe?
Okay.
I don't know if Blicker gonna have his kids.
What show that?
I'm just saying.
I ain't count Kathleen. Kathleen gonna get a couple of sausages to put in them.
I mean, there's a hot sausage summer for Kathleen too.
Hey man, how you say? They posted me in the locker room, right?
Yeah, they got you in the locker room.
Yeah. It could easily be Santa Fe too. So it just according to, like you said, what kids are there and what kids are not there.
Hey, we made it to the regional. You see, I say we made it to the regional finals because of that, right?
They used to break the huddle talking about some
Kathleen.
Hey, they used to break the huddle saying 10.
Hey, I ain't picking Kathleen then. I'm picking Santa Fe, Lakeland. Lakeland better win. If Lakeland don't win, he in trouble. He might get fired over the summer.
Is it a hot sausage summer for Lakeland?
No, he ain't supposed to win it.
So he ain't ought to win the summer league. That was saying.
No pressure. He got to win summer league to go into that confidence. If he don't win summer league, then we can't talk about him for the regular season.
All right, the East top 4 out the East: Oasis, Ridge, Frostproof, Sebring, Lake Wells, Arbondale, Winter Haven, Discovery.
Well, we know Oasis is willing to take the sausage, so we're gonna, they're willing to take it this year. Oasis will get that sausage. I don't care because the coach is on him.
Lake Wells, Winter Haven for sure. I like Sebring.
I don't like Sebring with the coach gone. They don't know who they got yet.
I don't think he left yet. I haven't heard anything. I know he said he was gonna leave.
I like Auburndale, Winter Haven. Discovery is
Auburndale.
We've been quiet over there, man.
We done lost a lot.
Yeah, Wheelan's haven't been quiet. He lost a couple things, but I know Wheelan's got something cooking up too.
Do Wheatland play Bartow this summer?
I don't think so.
Let me check.
Why not?
The schedule maker didn't do. You know what the schedule maker is?
Tell us who the schedule maker is.
the head coach at Bartow High School.
See, McGriff, disappointed in you. You supposed to want to put that sausage in your old plate.
His protege, yeah, he ain't. They don't play in the regular season now.
They don't play in the regular season. They don't play in something. Now it's a nice guy system going on.
They don't play in the regular season of the summer league.
Yeah, it's a buddy system going on. They supposed to want to play. All we can say is they got the sausage put in them. That's all the comments can be is, boy, Bartow put that sausage in Discovery.
You're gonna make some blacks. They need to make some shirts. Hot sauce of summer.
Hey, I like that. I might be wearing that when I come to the Cool game. We call Fred to get me a couple of shirts made. Hot sausage summer.
Oh, I guess the way it's set up is thank you, Coach Zeke. The West Pool does not play the East Pool for the regular season. That's why they're not playing, because Bartow in the West and Discovery in the East.
Oh, okay. So they can play each other. My bad. Then you're right. They can play
each other in the playoffs. Okay, that makes
sense.
sense.
Appreciate that, Zeke.
That makes sense.
So it's possible to happen that Wheeling gonna get that sausage put in him.
Say again?
It's possible that Wheeling gonna get that sausage put in him.
I'll wear y'all shirt if y'all want. I'll wear y'all shirt.
Alessandro, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but Coach D, I say it that way. I can get D right. If y'all win a game, we all rocking the Oasis shirts on the next podcast after the win. Yes, sir.
And if y'all get that
red shirt, there's no red shirt for me.
I wear purple, blue, green, anything. But when you get that sausage put in your, coach, we're gonna talk about you. Just know the sausage is coming. Ain't no running from it this summer. And whoever you beat, we're gonna talk bad about them, coach.
Some people say that they coming in and they playing up. I like. Can Oasis shock the world with anybody? Let's see who they got, who they gave them to.
Whoever Rashad Hines coaching, they're gonna beat.
Rashad coach Jenkins on the other side.
Rashad, bro.
No, I want to mess with Rashad. I saw him come in. I
know you did.
On the other side. So Oasis got Winter Haven. They got
lost.
They got Arbondale.
Another loss.
They got the whole east side. It's the whole east pool.
Yeah, they got Ridge, Frostproof, Sebring, Lake Wells, Arbondale, Winter Haven, Discovery. You don't think they can get neither one of them?
0-7.
So they can't get none of them.
No.
0-7. They go to the playoffs, so they're gonna get 2 or 3 games in the playoffs. They ain't gonna go 0-10 because they get a minimum of 10 games. You think they're gonna beat nobody? They can't beat nobody on the east side either. I mean the west side either.
They can beat Kathleen.
They can beat Gibson. I wanted my Kathleen coach out here, boy. He probably about to hit the roof right now.
Cause they know I'm messing with him. They know I'm just joking with him.
The way you talked about LG, they might have a shot at LG, huh? But they end up playing LG
they can beat Lake Gibson. They can beat Lake Gibson. If they play Lake Gibson in the playoffs, we're gonna have to wear a shirt.
Discovery ain't got. They lost everybody but the Starworth kid, right?
Wheatland ain't losing no Oasis Christian, man. Come on, y'all. Wheatland not losing.
No, he got his point guard and that Seth kid. He got some PG.
I thought the PG was a senior. The Xantis kid.
You see what Miss Taylor said? Wheatland too busy posting his coach of the year.
Hey man, my boy be in the gym, man, trying to get it right for the summer.
Hey, I like that Oasis Christian competing, man, but I don't got them winning no games.
Wheatland's in our in my coaching tree now. He helping me with the Tony Bradley team.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I'm not being disrespectful, man. I just calling out here. They got the win.
No way in the world.
I'm gonna sell them out.
So the top 4 teams y'all giving preseason summer is McKeel, you said Lakeland, Bartow, and Santa Fe. Is that what's it on the west side?
That's fine.
And on the east side, you said Lake Wells, Winter Haven. Who the other 2?
Arbondale.
No, in all honesty, I like Kathleen, Lakewood. I like Kathleen, Lakeland, Bartow, and I like Santa Fe.
So no McKeel?
No McKeel for me.
Okay. All right. And so Lakewell, Arbondale, Winter Haven, who the fourth one?
Lakewell, Auburndale, Winter Haven, and Ridge. I'm going Ridge.
I like Sebring, coach. Sebring got some pieces coming back from last year's team.
They got to prove it to me.
Yeah,
That's what that coach said he was out of there.
Sebring got that. O'Hearn kid is going to be tough.
Yeah, and the football kid too.
And the Beck kid that was tough. They got
my final four. My final four would be Lakeland, Bartow, Auburndale, Winter Haven.
All right, I'm writing it down. Tula, Final Four, Lakeland, Bartow, Adel, Winter Haven. Coach, you want to try right now? You good?
No, I respect that one for now.
Until
I'm able to see, you know what I'm saying? Good thing is we're able to observe this year and get a good idea. But I like what Tuma said, though.
Okay. So we'll post it on the page tomorrow. I want to talk about it before we posted it, but we'll post the game so folks can kind of see. So, I mean, we in May, school about to be out, so we summer league gonna be, you're gonna blank twice, and it's gonna be. I mean, they already a weekend with football. They go in the past this week with spring football, so that's also a good thing. The kids actually getting a spring out the way. So. All right, guys. So one more thing before we jump off real quick. Just one last question for y'all. It's a 3-part question. Hadn't done this in a while, so ask both of y'all the same thing. What's now? What's next? Anything left you want to do?
Personally?
I want to coach.
Either way. Personal, professional, whatever.
I want to coach.
You ask however you want to. So that's what you still want to do, coach?
It's too much. I don't want to hear that, man. Try to get you the coach, man. You told me no.
I'm gonna coach a high school team.
I don't believe that, coach.
Next 3 years.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. We'll see. Is Bowen frozen?
Yeah, Barnes froze because I said that crazy stuff.
Man, what's next for me, man? I'm about to start my dissertation, man. So hopefully I'm changing my title soon. After the dissertation.
You will call in this essence, but Zeke, you tripping, but I would not go coach at Lake Region. Nah, I ain't coaching the Haines City either.
But anyway, I ain't got nothing else for him to me.
Yeah, I don't got nothing else either, man. Great show, man. I hope everybody don't take everything we say serious. Just have a little fun. Y'all guys be safe out there, and we'll tune in after. I guess we'll be back on the 15th, 16th after Mother's Day weekend.
Yep.
Till then, man, we poke hoops when we out of here. I don't know how you shut it off. I ain't shut it down so long.